I got a few new products and accessories in the mail from TripleAliners, and I'm super excited to check them out and show you guys what I got. One of the accessories is a bed mat for my Tundra, which I think is an essential item for anyone that owns the new generation Tundra with the material that is in the bed. Another one is actually another real cargo liner for my wife's car that also is supposed to be able to fit any sort of crossover vehicle. So I'll be curious to see how that fits and with the trimming lines that it has, if I can get a perfect fit out of it. And then the last one here is an accessory for the center console of the Toyota Tundra. We're going to start with this one. I'll show you guys what it's all about. It's important to note that although I did get these products sent to me to review, I'm not getting paid for my opinions here. So I'll give you my honest thoughts at each one of them and tell you if I'd recommend you getting them or not. Here we are in the truck. Here is the center console. And this accessory here is a cool compartment with a logo of the Tundra on it that is supposed to go right here, create kind of a nice cavity underneath for storing stuff, and then level this out to create a nice tray to store stuff if you ever want to have kind of a full flat surface here. So let's get this thing unboxed. So here's the tray itself, and then here is the rubberized insert that goes in there. Let's get that open. Okay, so pretty neat. There's 3 pieces. This is super gummy, silicone-y, rubbery. And then these are more leather patches here. So this one has the outline of the Tundra on it, and this is more so just kind of a textured patch for above the ridge there. So these 3 pieces set nicely in the tray here, it appears. This is nice. It's a leather material here for the top, and then that just ultimately goes in like there. It's got just, probably a 1/2 inch or so of slide to it in either direction. But it kind of creates a nice little tray there for accessories. I mean, take my wallet, put a nice spot for wallet and keys, whatever it may be. You still have a pretty decent sized space underneath as well if you're trying to hide something. And you still have, I'm using my phone to record this video, but you still have room to put your phone on the wireless charger there, or your passenger can put their phone on their side as well. There's still probably about 2 inches of space here in front of it. So I think that's pretty cool. I'm going to keep this in here. I'm going to use it. I like the material of the leather here on that rubber. It's not going to slide around. I think it'll get broken in a little bit as I use it and set stuff, so it'll lay completely flat in there. But I think it's a nice product. I'll flash this product up on the screen right now, and the links will also be down below in the description if any of these catch your eye and you want to support AAA-liners. Next, we're going to check out the item that most of you is probably the reason you clicked on this video, and that is the bed mat. I'm super excited about this. Been wanting to get one of these for a while, just haven't gotten around to it. So when AAA wanted to send me one to check out and give you my thoughts on, I'm like, absolutely. I've been looking for one. Yours looks great, gets good reviews. Let's see if I can add to those good reviews by unboxing this product here. So let's check it out. So it comes folded up in the box, and right on the bag here it said, please place the mat on a flat surface in direct sunlight to let it kind of reform its shape, or if it's in winter and you can't really do that, just put some heavy items on it and it'll form out that way. So I'm going to lay this out in the driveway for a little bit. It's super sunny and warm today, so not anticipating it to take too long, but just to get kind of the folds out of it before I put it in the back of the truck. So I've only had it laid out for about 15 minutes and it's already pretty flat. It's a hot day. It wasn't too folded up. So I'm just going to go ahead and put it in the back of my truck and let the heat from inside of the bed do the rest of the work to get it fully flattened. So the reason I say that I think it's an essential for a Tundra owner of this new generation to have a bed mat is because this new texture from the factory is super slick. If you have anything back here without a mat or without a spray-in liner, because I don't have the spray-in liner, this is just the factory way that the bed comes, it's just going to slide around like crazy. So you see I have a couple foam workout mat tiles in the back of here. That's what I've been using to put stuff on so it doesn't slide around. I just haven't gotten around to getting myself a bed mat until now. So here we are. I'm excited to put this in, show you guys how it looks, give you my thoughts on it. Here we go. It's pretty beefy. It's a super nice material. It's soft to the touch. I can tell that things are definitely going to grip to this when I set them back here. Let's get it all the way in. Oh yeah, I mean, just pushes right in. We press it down in the corners a little bit. And again, the heat inside of the bed here, especially with the cover down, will flatten it out the rest of the way, I have no doubt. Let's give you guys a closer look at this. So here is the mat. You see my footprints on there. I was walking around on it a little bit outside, but I mean, it fits like a glove, laser fit. This is the 5.5 foot bed on my truck. If you don't know, comes right to the edge. Again, as this fully flattens, I expect it to get those ripples out a little bit, but it's already pretty flat, definitely usable. So I'm just gonna roll with it. But man, I like it. I mean, bed mat, you can't really go wrong with it, I'm sure, but AAA seems to make a nice bed mat. I love the material. It's a decent price for sure. I'll link that down below and flash it up on the screen right now as well from their Amazon shop. But yeah, super happy with it so far. Can't wait to throw some things back here, drive around a bit, and give you guys my thoughts in a few days after doing that. The third product from AAA that we're going to check out here is another cargo mat, this time for my wife's car. We have a Mazda CX-5, it's a 2023 turbo, and we have floor liners in the front and rear, but we've never gotten a rear cargo mat, similar to how I never got a truck bed mat. So this is TripleAliners product that is supposed to be sort of a one-size-fits-all kind of idea, and you cut it to size, and it's supposed to fit like a glove. Once you do that, there's perforations and such where you can make the cuts. So we're going to take it out of the box, throw it back here, make the cuts, and see how it looks. Similar to the Tundra bed mat, it comes folded up, so it might take a little time to get completely flat, but there is the full thing here. And there's a bunch of perforations along the sides, top, and corners where you can make the cuts. I'm also holding an instruction manual here, so let's take a read there, see what that says. It comes with the tool to cut it as well, so you don't have to break out a box cutter or everything, but let's read the instructions and then get after it and see how it fits. So in the box, like I said, comes with the instructions. Here is the blade that they come to cut with, pen to mark it with that is supposed to be removable with water, and then there's also this adhesion promoter here. What it says by the instructions is to measure the length and width and then measure it on the mat and do that. I kind of already have it put in here, and I'm going to more so measure it when it's in here instead of measuring and then cutting on the floor. And then it has, if you can see here, different sections where you can cut to get the proper front to back length. And then on the corners, you can cut in various methods depending on the shape of the trunk. And then there's also straight lines all the way down on either side to trim the width. And when you get down here, you got a variety of lines based on the shape, right? This is supposed to be universal, one size fits all. So the Mazda here has kind of a lot narrower of a back section here than this is. So I'm going to be more so probably in this range or so. We'll see. Overall, it is a pretty cool product. It's a nice idea to have kind of a cheap alternative and universal one-size-fits-all sort of product. It's not going to be perfect. Obviously, it's not laser cut like the one for the back of the Tundra is, or like you can get for a much more expensive price. But for a value, it's not bad. It's a nice material. It's soft to the feel. Again, you can see my footsteps on there. It's kind of rubberized. It'll definitely make things not slide around back here, and it'll protect the carpet. So if you are looking for a cheap alternative to a rear cargo mat that you just want back there to prevent things from sliding or to protect the factory carpet in your vehicle, yeah, by all means, give this a whirl. It's not expensive. It was super easy to cut, a lot easier than I thought it would be. Just take your time and make sure you get those lines right. Other than that, if there is one that AAA makes that is fit for your vehicle, obviously I'd go with that over this. I think the laser fit is a higher quality product, but this isn't bad. And this is, for what it is, I think they do a pretty good job. There's plenty of ways to cut it. The instructions are clear, and it's not a bad product. Overall, guys, it seems like TripleAliners is making some quality products at a value price. They have a huge Amazon store. They got stuff for the Tundra, a bunch of other vehicles. I'll start scrolling here. You can see all the options they have on their Amazon storefront. So go check them out if you're in the market for some liners or accessories for your vehicle. Overall, my bed mat, I'm going to be super happy with that. I think it's a great product. It fits perfectly, laser fit. Seems like a great material. We'll see how it holds up over time. My center console insert, also a pretty cool product. That's the first time I had seen an insert for that position on the center console, so it was cool to check that out, and I'll see if I put it to use. I think it looks pretty good. And the universal mat for my wife's vehicle, again, if you don't have an option where you can get one laser fit to your vehicle, obviously I would do that first, but if not, then this isn't a bad option as long as you're okay with not perfect lines, or you can do your best to try to make it perfect if you go outside of the designated cut zones on the thing, but cut at your own risk. Either way, I'll link all these products down below. I'll link AAA's Amazon storefront down below. We flashed some stuff up on the screen. Shout out to them for sending them some products for me to check out. See you guys in the next one.